Capricorn, this is your October 1st to October 15th, 2016 read. For the main read, I am using the Vision Quest Tarot by Guyan S. Winter and Joe Dozy. Dozy is D-O-S-E with accent mark at the end. And for the advice cards, the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Decks have already been pre-shuffled, so let's get right to it. I do want to say, okay. When we started this read, the Three of Water popped out as your crowning energy through this whole time frame, which I find it very interesting looking at this whole read, because it says fullness there, and I'm feeling give and take on your side. I'm feeling like you're out there emotionally, you're letting someone else give to you emotionally, and you're just trying to do things, trying to get things, just trying to be fair. I feel like you have heartfelt connections that are honest, and you're cultivating, or trying to cultivate, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I feel like it's an emotional time, but you're in a good place, and you're very stable where that is. We're in the time of Libra, so there's a lot of, it's very communicative, can't say that word for nothing today, communicative time. When we go in here, this is what I feel is going on here, because I pulled out the advice cards because, and they match up, because it looks looks a little rocky. Although it does look a little rocky, I do feel like you're going to be okay through it. I don't feel like you're going to be completely distraught, if that makes sense. Because in the beginning of this time frame, I feel like when this reconciliation card comes up, I more feel like you are giving someone another chance. Keep in mind, when this card comes up, it doesn't have to mean romantic, especially with general reads. It could be a friendship. For some of you, this is family. This is someone in your family that you just don't mesh with, and you're just trying to get closer with. You're just trying. I feel like it's very important to you to try. For some of you, it's family. You're going to have to take it, whatever works for you. There's a lot of people that watch these lately, so think of your situation. This is in your line, but I feel like this is explaining the relationship a little bit here. We've got the Daughter of Earth and the Son of Fire. Now, when these two are together, it makes me feel, especially in this situation, that they're both good people, but they do things differently. I feel like you're more of the stable, planned out, everything has a reason energy, like 1, 2, 3, you know what I mean? Like I said I was going to do this, I do this type thing. The other one I feel is the fire energy. I feel like that's more kind of going by the seat of your pants energy, kind of just like quick decisions, might have a little flash of a temper. I'm not getting violence in this reading, but I'm just saying, just might more be verbal, or you might just be aware that this person kind of has a flash temper, I should say. And again, I feel like each person is a good person in different situations, but they don't really, like, one is very changey, go left and right, get things done, move, move, move. The other one is very steady, kind of like the tortoise, slow and steady wins the race. Going forward with plans, continuing on with dedicated effort. And this one's more like, get things done, let's go do it, a decision needs to be made, let's just make it and go. Like one has to think it over longer than the other. The other one just makes a decision and just goes forward, and it's like we get more done by just making a decision and moving. The other one's like, well, we get better decisions, we get better results by taking our time. And, it just kind of goes back and forth. They're both good, they both have definite points, neither of them are right or wrong, it's just, it just doesn't mesh up well. And I feel like that's the energy you're working with. And I feel like you're trying to get along, and you're trying to see the other person's point of view. I even think you're even giving a little, and they need to give back, but I feel like they're trying. This is the environment for those two cards. I feel like the other person is trying, but I almost feel like they're kind of being kind of silly, jokey, haha, just trying to fluff it off, like they can, like, yeah, I can do that. I can take my time. I can, go a little slower. I just don't think it's in their nature, and I think their nature is going to win out. I think both of you are going to kind of be who you naturally are, like you should, and it's just going to cause some problems. If this is a romantic sense, I feel like the other person is trying to get back into your life, and you're giving them a chance. I don't think they're bad. I think they're a good person. It's just that you don't. I think it's like you just don't see things eye to eye. And I think within a week or so, I think you see that, and you're just kind of like, when I see the torment and hands tied, I feel like you're just telling them, like, I feel like it's more like you're saying, we can be friends, but I just don't think we match beyond that. And I think the torment is for you, because I think you do care about the person, and I don't think you feel badly about them. I just think you're recognizing obvious, like, I think you look at them and you're just like, I can't live my life like that, and just that's why this isn't going to match. Like, I don't think it's bad. And the reason I think that's why that's the part that torments you is because they have hurt on their side. I think you're rejecting them, and that's how I'm kind of feeling this come through. The thing is, you're very heartfelt, and I don't feel like this was like a flash for you. I think you've been trying. I think there's a reason for that. And I think it's kind of like, this is a part where you've decided, like, this, when I see release your ex here for you, because this is an advice card for you, I feel like you're actually, like, accepting, like, this is a good person, but they're not a good match for me. Like, I think if you can get to that mindset, it'll be easier to let go, and I do feel like you're letting go either way. I think the only challenge might be, because they're different than you, is to recognize the good in them and just realize, they're a good person. We just don't match. And I feel like you want it to match. I really feel like you want it to work and you want it to match, but you're like, whatever happens, like, I feel like you realize that they're going to try, but you also, within a couple days, you see who they are, and who they are comes forward as it should. I think you just recognize that, like, you just don't match. Good person, and I feel like there's an attraction there, but I think you're recognizing it, acknowledging that, the match, it's just not a match, and I feel that's the reason you're stepping away and saying it's not going to work out, because you're looking towards the future, and you're just like, I can't, that's not how I want to live my life. I want somebody in my life, I want a partner that's going to match me, or at least someone I can, not have to worry about these little flash tempers. I feel like there's little pieces that just aggravate you. And one of the things that you're looking at now is, like, even though you can handle it now and it's okay right now, you can see it wearing on you in the long term, and you feel like it's best to let it go. I feel like once you do that, once you make that clear, which I feel like that's hard for you. I do feel like that's hard for you. I feel like you're both, you're fine. I feel like you're going to be okay. Your feelings are real for that person. I think the closer you get to accepting that they're a good person, just not a good match. Because I don't really feel a negative energy with the other person. I just feel that flash, quick go, sometimes flash temper, that's a match for someone. It's just not a match for you. And once that's done, and you move forward, it's going to be a lot easier. I think also because they're going to pull back. I don't think you're going to see them as much, or they might just kind of step out of your life, depending on how they're connected with you. I feel like they're pulling away, and they get it. I feel like you're very nice, and you tell the truth, and that gains respect. I mean, it's funny, because on their side, I feel like they definitely see a value in you. They see a good person with you, too, and that's why it's important for them to try. I almost feel on their side, they feel like they didn't get a fair shake, but I honestly also feel that you're seeing the truth of the situation. Like, you're seeing who they really are, and you're kind of, like, going to that spot, like, they can't pretend to be somebody they're not, at least not for a long time, not for a long period of time, and you're also, I feel like, going beyond that in most cases, hopefully in your case, whoever's watching this, when you're seeing, like, you shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to try to be someone else to be with you, and nor should you. It's just one of those situations where two good people are just too different, and in the long term, it's just not matching. You can be friends, possibly, but living together, building a life together is going to be very difficult. Alright, So, in this overall time frame, what I'm getting for you, I do feel for most of you, it's definitely a romantic relationship. This can definitely transfer into business. I've seen this happen for myself and other things where you can just like definitely realize that wherever you're working, somebody you're working with, it's just not working out, and you have to change jobs, or they have to change jobs because you just can't work together. I get that. But for the majority, I'm definitely getting this as kind of a romantic relationship. Something where you're letting somebody in again. Could definitely be a friendship, and there's no sex involved. It could be just somebody that you like, that you want to be friends with, but it's just come to a point in your life where you're just like, I've seen what it was before. I know what it was before. I've seen you with other people. I don't think you're a bad person. It's just, I can't do that all the time. I just can't be a part of that. A good, like I said, heartfelt communication. So like the overall energy, you're very giving, you're trying, you're being honest with yourself and with them. Especially, I feel like you're being honest with yourself. You're giving it a shot in the beginning time frame. You're just like trying to figure out like how much this does work. Because I feel like you haven't been as close as you may have been in the past recently. Like recently you've been distant or not together, something along those lines. But you're trying again, and you're getting closer again, and the other person is also giving that honest effort. Yeah, I do feel as you start to, I feel like as you hang out, one of two things are going to happen. You're going to see that they're not being who they really are, and you're going to feel like they're trying to be somebody they're not. In other cases, you're going to see them, like, I shouldn't say slip up, but you're going to see the true them come forward. It's not bad. I don't feel like there's any conflict or anything like that, but you're going to see it come forward, and you're going to realize the person that they are, the person you don't connect with, don't get along with as well, is not a bad person. It's just you don't mesh. And I feel like you're really going to connect on that, and that's why you're going to be like, you're going to have that honest conversation. You're going to face it and tell them, this is the truth, and I see you. Hopefully you can be at a good level where you can calmly talk it out and just be like, I see you're a good person, but I also see like this, and that. We're just, in the long term, it's just not going to get better. It's just going to become worse. It's like you shouldn't be somebody you're not, nor should I, and it's just not going to mesh long term. I do feel like they're going to respect that in the long term. Depending how the situation plays out, they may get upset because I do feel like there's a lot of hurt feelings on their side. And it's very hard to be rational when your feelings are hurt, because I feel like they do want to be with you. They want to try. I do feel like there's an emotional connection. I feel like there's like that even keel, like there's definitely, like they care about you. And I do feel like you care about them too. I just feel like you're being rational and you're saying, you know what, in the long term, it's just a matter of time before what happened before happens again. And I don't think I want that to happen. So, if this affects you, I would love to hear in the comments how it did. The overall reading is good. It's you giving someone a chance and just recognizing it's just not there, at least not the level you're looking for in your life. As you get closer to the 15th, you're going to have, it says will, but I'm feeling victory. I always feel victory with this card lately. I feel like you being honest and stepping forward, it's a victory in the sense of like you're opening the door for someone else to come in. I feel like that's what's going on here, because I feel like you may have been holding on to this other person for a while, or you may have been considering it in the back of your mind, like what if type situation. And closer to that, when that victory kind of comes where you open up and let go, I feel like they're going to pull back and they're going to honor or at least accept, like, you know what, it's just not going to happen. So that's going to work out in your favor. Hopefully this helped you feel empowered. Of course, again, leave comments below. Let me know how this affected you. I'd love to hear. Of course, if you want a direct read from me, a personal read, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.